What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I am in the office doing some cold calling. I'm going to be doing some research on a property that I got a listing appointment for, so just printed out the tax records. Going to go over that. Actually picked up this listing appointment at an open house yesterday for one of our properties. We just got, you guys can take a look here, we got Zachy. Little nice little dog we got over here. It's from the tenant upstairs who rents the upstairs unit. So we're at the open house the other day. One of the neighbors ended up stopping by. So we scheduled an appointment. He wanted us to come by to give him a CMA. For those of you who don't know what a CMA is, it's a comparative market analysis, also known as a home evaluation. So we use the tax records kind of just to give us like a baseline of what's going on with the house, the taxes, how many bedrooms, square footage, all that stuff. So at the listing appointment today, we're going to really press him on finding out what his motivation is for leaving. So while we were at the open house yesterday, he ended up telling us that he's looking to move down south, probably closer to like the Toms River, New Jersey area. So it gives us some wiggle room with his budget in terms of the size of property he could get, the type of property he could get, and the amount of land he could probably purchase with that budget. So we're really just going to talk to him about what's going on with the market, how many buyers there are, how many listings there are. Really not a lot in the area. Again, it is a seller's market, so really just getting him to understand the fact that now is probably one of the better times to sell, and if he waits a year or two, it could be a little bit detrimental on the price that he could get for his property. So we're going to really just dive in, explain those aspects, and we'll see how that goes. The other thing I have on schedule for today is at 4:15. So that the listing appointment's at 3. For today, I have a showing for a home in Bergenfield, New Jersey, which is the neighboring town. So I'll take you guys to see that when we head over there. And that's for one of my buyers. They actually had an open house yesterday, so we're expecting that they had offers already. So hoping that if they are interested in this property, we'll end up submitting an offer. They're looking for like 1,900 square feet for like the actual living space, but that's pretty tough in this market with such low inventory. It's like when one comes on the market, they go real quick. So trying to get that going. So if he ends up liking it, we'll end up submitting an offer, which would be pretty cool. Yeah, just stay around and stick around for the ride and enjoy the video. What is going on, everybody? We're outside the listing right now, about to go do a listing appointment, and then I'm going to be heading over to a buyer. This property is 4 beds, 2 bath, I believe, and seems to be in really good condition based on the outside. So we'll see what it takes to look on the inside, and I'll let you know how the appointment goes, and I'll get back to you. Stay tuned for more. Alright guys, so basically when I do a CMA, we come right over here where we just go to property search, right? So a lot of people do it differently, but with my MLS, we specifically do it this way just because it's pretty simple and really easy, because once you set everything, it kind of just stays the same. So we go over there, we type in our town, then we go right here to status, we click under contracts and solds, and for solds we go back 6 months. Some people have difference in their areas, and then we're literally just going to type in the bedrooms. So this property has 5 bedrooms, and then what we're going to do is map search, right? So we know where the property is, so we're going to type in right here 1176 Julia Street, and we're going to type in Teaneck, New Jersey 07666, and we're going to recenter it. So now it found our property, and then what we'll do is we'll just click here, we'll draw a rectangle. So what we do is we go right here, and we're going to just select this area. Then we're going to submit the map criteria, and then as you can see, we only have 1. So that's pretty intense that we only have 1 property that's sold, 5 bed, 3 bath. So we're going to revise our search. We're going to go to bedrooms, we're going to do 4, and for baths we'll do 3. And again, we still only have one match. So baths, we'll get rid of baths. Now we have 5 properties to choose from. So here we have one under contract. So that's 4 bed, 2 bath, accepted offer, listed $459. Most likely 16 days it's sold. Most likely this actually on the interior on the pictures looks like it'll actually be a pretty good comp. Here under contract, Queen Anne, 360. That's a tough one. Then we'll come down here to the sold. So here we have a split level that's 525, 550, and 631. Alright, not that many to choose from, but we'll go over here. We'll go to CMA report. We'll click go. And then right here we just type in the first name, so it's Sadat 1176 Julia Street. Right, so you just keep adding all this information, just so that you have a record of it, but also that you're able to send it to them as well. So here we'll just type in 1176 Julia Street. And then we'll add the photo, because you always want to add the photo, just because it's really good to just get used to doing that, because people aren't very familiar with the fact that you want it to look a little bit more presentable. So we usually just take a photo of the property when it's outside, when we're outside. So we let the photo load, click accept, and we'll click OK. And then we'll just come down here and we'll type in 5 bed, 3 full, 5 bed, 3 full baths, and we'll go to style. It is a Cape Cod, and then right here it has basement, finished basement, fireplace, 1 fireplace, central air, dwelling space is around 1860. We'll go to garage, detached garage. We'll go to detached garage. Heating is taxes just over 10,060. And then we'll come over here and we'll just say great location in the center of Teaneck, close commute to NYC, close commute to bus, I'll say near great schools and houses of worship. Then we'll come down here, we'll click save and continue, and then you see how everything is already set. So based on the fact that we had all those comps, I was going to say probably listed around 510,000, and then we will click print preview. And now what we're able to do is we're actually able to look at like the preview of our listing. So suggested price is 510, and then we're able to actually compare and contrast how all of these properties compare to it. So this one was listed at $529, sold for $550. This one was listed for $599, sold for $631. So this is probably our best comp, just from the fact that it has 5-bed and 3 baths. And so this is the one that really sticks out to me, but at the same time, it's so tough to find a property that actually fits the one you're actually trying to look in, especially in this market. So that was kind of what I did, where I realized I feel like it'll sell more than around the 550 house, but you also have to take into account the fact that they only have 2 bedrooms on the main floor, and they have 2 bedrooms upstairs and 1 in the basement. So if this is a family with kids, chances are, like young kids, you don't necessarily want your kids living on a different level, but every family is different. So that's really what it comes down to. Finding the right buyer for the home. So we'll end up just scrolling down. You can see where all the homes are, right? So these are all the homes that sold, and our property is right here. So it actually is like it's pretty good with comps and stuff like that. So we'll just keep scrolling, and we'll just leave it alone. Now I'm going to call the agent who's helping me list the property. His name is Benny. We work in the office, and the reason we're doing the listing together is for the simple reason, whenever we host an open house, if any sellers come by or neighbors come by and they ask us to do a CMA, we always think it's respectful that whoever the listing agent is for that property ends up coming along and ends up co-listing it with them. So this is a client of mine, so Benny will end up co-listing it with me. That's just something we do in our office. So it's really good because you as the listing agent, you always want those people who come through the open house to be your clients. But when you have multiple people being at the open house and every person is talking to another client in a sense, everything could get kind of lost in translation. So the way it works is if you walk through a buyer and the buyer doesn't have an agent, that's your lead. You as the person who shows them the property, you as the agent, you can take that lead and you just claim it. But when it comes to listings or CMA appointments, we tend to do that differently. So that's how I do a CMA.